Hey everyone, welcome to Wax Pack Wisdom, where we talk baseball history through card breaks and the cards we love. My name is Jake T. O'Donnell. Today we're opening this pack of 2014 Topps Baseball Series 1. It's been 10 years since this set came out, so we've been running through. We've been on this sort of anniversary kick with some of the packs we've done recently. I've had this 2014 pack kicking around for a little bit, so we figured why not open it. In this pack, we'll be looking for, there's a number of interesting Mike Trout cards in here. You see Mike Trout on the cover there. There's also some potential rookie cards for guys like Xander Bogaerts, Nick Castellanos, Jose Ramirez, and Jose Abreu as well. Probably some others that I'm not really thinking of right now. 10 years since this pack opened, it's always nice to get to talk about players from the current era. A lot of, I'm sure, hopefully quite a few of these players will be guys that are currently playing or are, maybe recently retired possibly. So I have not really had a look at what these cards look like. So we're gonna find out together. And who knows, maybe there'll be some actual, current Hall of Famers in this. So let's see what we got. All right, so the first one is a really great player, and that is Giancarlo Stanton. So this would be sort of when he was still with the Marlins. This would be kind of also when I think of Stanton, kind of coming into his own at this point. This is pretty early in his career still. Stanton is a few years away. I think it's 2017, 2018, one of those years that Stanton hits 59 home runs. One of the highest home run totals in the National League in the sort of non-PED era. And I never want to take anything away from how talented of a hitter Giancarlo Stanton is, because the guy, when he's right, he's as good as anybody in the game right now. He just he has a hard time staying healthy, and he gets into these ruts where it's like he can't hit anything. He's just an unbelievable, he's very streaky. He's likely going to be DHing most of the way going forward. He, of course, so to put a finer point on it, in after the 2018 season, he gets traded. He had already signed this huge long contract with the Marlins to stay there. He gets traded to the Yankees, and he ends up opting into the rest of his contract, and so he's going to be there for quite a few more years. I imagine he will probably end up retiring with the Yankees. Again, great hitter, incredible talent, but probably I think Yankees fans, a lot of people wondering kind of what more could have happened with him. So there is Wei-Yin Chen, who is a good pitcher for the Orioles and I believe a few other teams for quite a few years in Major League Baseball. Next is Ian Desmond, who is a nice player with the Nationals as well as the Rockies, and played around the diamond quite a bit. Shortstop, he also played some first base. I think he played some outfield too. So yeah, those guys are good players. There's Jaime Garcia with the Cardinals, good player for sure. All right, here's a cool card. This is a National League 2013 RBI leaders card with 3 guys on it. 2 guys who are 2 of the great players of this time 10 years ago and still really great players now in Paul Goldschmidt and Freddie Freeman, who are both sort of MVP level players. I know that Goldschmidt was the MVP in the National League in 2022. Freeman, I don't know that he's won an MVP award, but he's certainly been up there and close. And then Jay Bruce, who was a tremendous prospect and a very good power hitter for a long time in Major League Baseball, but kind of flamed out, didn't have like the longest career. I believe he's already is out of the game and retired, but he was at one point, he was a top prospect. I think he was probably, of these 3 guys that you see right here, I think when they were prospects, I think that Jay Bruce was projected to be the best player. And that the other guys here, Goldschmidt, and Freeman, ended up having much better big league careers than Jay Bruce did. So that just goes to show you that the prospect rankings and stuff like that are not gospel, and they do not tell you who is going to be the best player. So, but that takes nothing away from the career Jay Bruce had. He did have a very good career in the big leagues, but not quite as good as the 2 first basemen on either side of him in this. So there you go. Speaking of guys that had great big league careers, this is really cool. Upper class 2006, Hanley Ramirez. This is like a gold foil purple deal with Hanley Ramirez 2006. This would be right after he was, let's read what it says on the back here, 2006 rookie class. In 2006, he was 4th since 1900 with 45 stolen, 45 doubles, 50 stolen bases, 110 runs. Tied the rookie record with 7 leadoff homers. He voted the National League Rookie of the Year that year. Others in the 2006 class were Prince Fielder, Ryan Zimmerman, Justin Verlander, and Matt Cain. So let's go back and check it out. So Hanley Ramirez comes up as a Red Sox prospect, and I got to see him. I saw him play in Portland as when he was on his way up. When I was a young guy, when I was in high school. And he comes up, actually, people actually kind of don't remember this, that Hanley Ramirez did come up and played with the Red Sox at the end of the 2005 season, I believe, right? And that was really cool because here's this like young hot prospect, and everybody had such huge expectations for him. After the 2005 season, Theo Epstein leaves the Red Sox. There's a sort of a four-headed monster of people running the team, and that's Ben Cherington and Jed Hoyer, who would go on to be, would go on to run teams of their own, including the Red Sox for Cherington as well. And also Bill LaJoie, who was a former Tigers GM, and somebody else whose name I'm forgetting right now. I think there was 4 people that were basically running baseball operations. They decide to pull the trigger on a huge trade that sends Hanley Ramirez and Anibal Sanchez and other prospects to the Marlins in exchange for Josh Beckett and Mike Lowell. And, it works out for the Red Sox because not the next year, but the year after, they won the World Series. Beckett and Lowell are huge parts of it. Lowell has a great career here. Beckett, was a great pitcher. But Hanley Ramirez was great for the Marlins, and he was great for a lot of years for them. And he was a great player. And then eventually, of course, he makes his way back to the Red Sox as well. Hanley Ramirez was a really good player, and kind of could do everything. He spent years with the Dodgers as well. So anyway, that's a really neat Hanley Ramirez card. I really like that. There is Sean Doolittle, who recently retired from Major League Baseball after a brilliant career as a closer, years as a starting pitcher, or sorry, not as a starting pitcher, as a relief pitcher. He set up for some teams. I believe he was on the 2019 Nationals team that won the World Series. Again, I believe that this past year he decided that after this past season he decided to retire, and somebody that I always appreciated his willingness to stand up and talk about things, what he thought was right in the world, and pointing out injustices. And I always appreciated that about Sean Doolittle. He's a really good person, and a great pitcher too. He leaves a legacy that's more important than just what he did on the field in baseball. Zoilo Almonte, I can't actually say I remember a lot about him, but I'm going to move on from him because the next card is somebody that I just talked about, and that is Anibal Sanchez, who at this point had moved on to the Tigers. He had a great career, Anibal Sanchez did, and a lot of great years with the Tigers. I think he won the ERA title. He was part of their great rotation in 2013 that had Justin Verlander and Max Scherzer in it, and Rick Porcello. And then Sanchez went on, spent some years with the Nationals, and I believe he also finally just retired, even though I don't think he's really pitched in Major League Baseball in a few years. A very excellent career. And again, the Red Sox gave up a lot in that trade. They gave up 2 guys who ended up having long big league careers in Hanley Ramirez and Anibal Sanchez. However, I don't think the Red Sox at all regret that trade because of the fact that they won the World Series a couple of years later. But yeah, that's cool. All right, next is Everth Cabrera, who's a middle infielder type, like last guy on the bench type, who played in the big leagues for quite a few years. Then there's Trevor Rosenthal, who is the closer at this point for the Cardinals, and has been, I think, out of baseball. He's been injured for the last few years, but he had really nasty stuff. He was a good pitcher for a while. Good closer. The last card in the pack is this Rookie Cup. Hyun-Jin Ryu, who is a free agent right now and is looking for a new home this offseason in Major League Baseball. But yeah, that's kind of cool. It's cool to see. I always love seeing the Rookie Cup cards, even on the newer cards. It's really cool. So we didn't pull any big rookie cards out of this pack, but we did get this kind of really neat card with Paul Goldschmidt and Freddie Freeman both on it. So that is going to do it for this episode of Wax Pack Wisdom. Tell us what you thought of this break. What's your favorite card we pulled today? Do you have a story about one of the players in the pack? Leave us a comment and let us know. We'd love to hear it. If you enjoyed this video, we invite you to give it a like and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of our Wax Pack Wisdom content. In the description of this video, you'll find links to where you can follow Wax Pack Wisdom on all social media channels. You'll also find a link to a list of our favorite nonprofits and charities. If you enjoyed this video, please consider a donation to one of those organizations. It would mean a lot to us. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time on Wax Pack Wisdom. Take care.